There is no doubt that at the South Pole lies Antarctica, a continent where nature does not tolerate human existence. It is the coldest, most remote, most barren, and yet the most pristine continent on Earth. And yet, despite all these extreme challenges, humans have lived here for centuries. But the question is, how? Welcome back to another video of Worldly Wonders. Antarctica is so vast that the entire landmass of the United States and India combined could fit within it. Imagine, a continent of such immense size, and yet 98% of it is buried under thick ice. In some places, the ice reaches depths of up to 5 kilometers. Temperatures often plunge to minus 60 degrees Celsius, and even in the so-called summer, it rarely rises above minus 12. Throughout the year, the temperature remains well below freezing, which means the ice here never truly melts. Every year, Antarctica receives just about 2 additional inches of snowfall, a seemingly small amount. But over millions of years, these layers have built up to create the vast ice sheets that cover the continent today. But it isn't just the cold and the ice that makes survival difficult. Antarctica is also almost devoid of humidity. Normally, air contains between 40 to 80% water vapor, which is essential for human health and the ecosystem. Here, however, the humidity level is barely 0.3%. As a result, skin diseases and dehydration are extremely common. Adding to the challenge, the South Pole itself sits at an elevation of 9,800 feet above sea level. While not immediately deadly, this altitude makes conditions even harsher for most people. In short, Antarctica was never meant for humans, or for any living being. Yet humans are still here, and the only reason is research. Just as space was never created for humans, but we still send astronauts there for scientific study. Antarctica, too, is home to scientists working in the name of discovery. One such place is the Amundsen Scott South Pole Station, an American research base. In the summer, around 150 scientists and staff live here. In the brutal winter, the number shrinks to just 45. The only way to reach this isolated station is by plane. Since concrete or asphalt runways cannot exist here, landing strips are carved directly onto the ice. Rollers compress the snow until it is firm enough for aircraft to land. But landing on ice is extremely tricky, and pilots must undergo special training. Cargo planes, which are far heavier, use specialized landing gear because ordinary tires would sink deep into the ice upon touchdown. The first American station, built of wood in 1956, was quickly buried by snow. In 1974, a giant igloo-shaped structure was built to house the base. But this too failed. Each year, during the 6 months of darkness when the sun never rises, the igloo was swallowed by accumulating snow. It could only be dug out once the sunlight returned, a process that consumed both time and fuel. Finally, in 2008, a new design emerged. A modern aerodynamic building raised on hydraulic stilts, preventing snow from piling up around it. Every decade, the building can be lifted higher if necessary. Antarctica, however, belongs to no one. It is a free continent, governed not by any single nation but shared under international treaties. Today, 29 countries operate their own research stations here. But why? What makes the South Pole so important? The answer lies in research that cannot be done anywhere else on Earth. Much of it is related to space and astronomy. Normally, water vapor in the atmosphere blurs our view of the cosmos. But Antarctica's dry air and clear skies allow telescopes here to see millions of light years away. Even the first ever photograph of a black hole, captured in 2019, was made possible in part thanks to telescopes stationed at the South Pole. Scientists also study ancient ice cores, which preserve secrets of Earth's climate from millions of years ago. Trapped air bubbles reveal what particles and gases once filled the atmosphere, offering invaluable insight into the planet's past. Yet life here remains incredibly difficult. With only one 3-month window when aircraft can fly in or out, the station becomes completely isolated for the rest of the year. Unlike astronauts aboard the International Space Station, who can be evacuated to Earth in emergencies, those in Antarctica have no such option. Doctors are present on site, but in severe cases, video links connect them to medical experts in the United States. However, even this depends on the limited internet, which remains another great challenge. Commercial satellites do not pass over the South Pole, which means signals cannot normally reach here. Only a few satellites provide intermittent connectivity, just 3 hours and 50 minutes of internet per day. During that small window, scientists transmit research data and connect briefly with their families. Waste management is also a major issue. By international law, Antarctica must remain free of pollution. Every piece of waste generated at the station is collected, stored, and eventually shipped back, once a year, to be processed outside the continent. During the winter, only 45 or carefully selected people remain at the station. They must endure 6 months of unbroken darkness, with no possibility of rescue. Isolation, depression, anxiety, and homesickness are common. With limited communication and scarce resources, their survival demands resilience, sacrifice, and extraordinary teamwork. Life at the South Pole is one of the harshest experiences imaginable. And yet, through these scientists and explorers, humanity continues to unlock the secrets of our planet and beyond. Hope you all liked the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing videos like this from Worldly Wonders. We'll see you in the next one.